Computer program people. Yo, I ain't said nothing in a while, but here we go. Computer program people. That's the name of this one right here. All right. So what am I talking about? Well, if you were wheat, I'm about to basically put it like this, just to make it interesting. I'm gonna say we Obi-Wan. If you were wheat, if you were real human, whatever, you Obi-Wan. And if you you know, tear or clone or whatever the fuck these other motherfuckers is, this is gonna say you are a CPU. Now, computer program people are basically the people that, are being called soulless, or they don't got no soul or whatever. But the truth is, they do have a soul. It's just a matrix based soul. Normal people, which it ain't that much of in the world, they have an organic soul. An organic soul brings life. A matrix based soul is like a part of the collective. So however the matrix decides to move, then everyone with a matrix based soul has a role or a part they play down here in this cosmic bullshit. Like, the matrix is basically like a spiritual warfare battlefield. It's a laboratory where they do experiments. It's also a chessboard for games, a learning experience, and it's hell. So, you got all these different things going on at one time. Unfortunately, though, when you are a regular human, you don't get to really live out your destiny like you would prefer to, but you get to watch these CP, do their thing and get into their destiny. It's a lot of distractions out there talking about how they get sacrificed, or, they do their thing and, boom, that's it. Little happens to them and or whatever and things of that nature. But all that's irrelevant for real at the end of the day, because they living out their particular role or destiny, because, for them, it's like a movie script, even though they may subconsciously not know it, or they may know it. It's all just something that's just happening. Street theater, pretty much. But for you, it's real life. You have to get up, worry about where your next meal coming from, your money, how to secure your destiny, your fate. Same predicament I'm pretty much in. But for them, it's just whatever. Anything's happening, anything goes, And you got the different kinds, man, of different polarities. Like the type who are street, gangster, hood, ghetto, whatever you want to call that. You got the type who are uppity, corporate, suburban. It's funny how people can get placed in those different formats, but it ain't nothing but a program, man. CPUs, man. Because, if you normal, you a human with a human soul, or organic one anyway. It don't matter if you rich, broke, poor, whatever background you come from, you're not going to allow this matrix-based programming to place you into any particular slot. You're not going to have a skewed perception of life. So you can become a product of your environment, but you're not going to be locked into your environment if you not a CPU, But if you a CPU, then you gonna play out the role, whether it's on a low level, middle level, or high. And it don't matter the color, and it don't matter the gender base either. when it comes to like these computer program people, you know, the two things that kind of, get you backlashed on YouTube or just talking in the world, it's talking about getting free and talking about women. Talking about getting free, you will never do that through economics. Wrap that up. Talking about getting free, you'll never do that coming together. Wrap that up. But if you trying to find like what's that movie called, Lucy? If you trying to find the anti-vaccine or the reversal vaccine, that can return your DNA and heal it, so then you can be what you're supposed to be, a multi-dimensional being where you aware of your other selves and other dimensions and different things like that. That's what this realm don't want you to do. And the other thing it don't want you to do is talk about women. Like all the problems that we have and stuff, go back to this one thing I'm talking about here, this computer program people, these CPUs. Like, women are highly impressionable beings. A lot of people got their YouTube channels cut off talking about them and different things like that. But the same system that's creating these groups like MGTOW and whatever the hell else is out there that I don't pay attention to for real, they also have their monopoly hand inside of women. You'll be hard struck to find a woman who just a human with the organic soul. Most of them are designed to sway society in a certain direction. Like, without the input of women and the CPU type women, societal structure would have bounced back a long time ago and healed itself in the favor of people with organic souls. But since they have CPUs, which is matrix-based souls, they always going to feed you to conformity. They're always going to place you to sleep, put you back in alignment, And this may be offensive to women, but I could care less. It does not matter what you talk about with them. They can comprehend everything except for anything that has anything to do with being disconnected from the matrix. Like those two subjects I spoke about just a few seconds ago. Like having an anti-vaccine and living out who you truly are and what you really are. What we truly are and what we really are is not wage slaves and debt slaves and people who design to just be inside of this Sims, like the video game Sims, just be inside of this, trying to earn some money only to give it back to the people who created it in the first place. That's insanity, right? So you mean to tell me we go make money, we'll earn it, and we have to give it right back to the same individuals? It may not be the same physical person, but it's the same physical entity, the same machine, the same beast, the same monster. They print it out for us. We earn it, then give it right back. See, you got to be on a certain kind of level to see what that really is. That's energy harvesting right there. If this planet was like, or wherever we at, was like it's naturally supposed to be, then it would be lush, you know? It'd be a lot of resources. And they always talking about that, we won this. Everything's won. Nah, man. That's what these computer program people pressing. And that New World Order stuff, man. We ain't won. Because if we was, the resources would be, evenly distributed. It wouldn't be this master-slave relationship going on out here. People with organic souls, they would have their people they can hang out with, their communities they can be in, and the ones with these CPUs who are not Obi-Wans, they would definitely have their own little shit they would be in. But unfortunately, it's not like that. And we know why. It's just the way it is for real. And this is just a subject matter I wanted to touch on, talk about. This is pretty much the plateau of where you end up at after years of researching, downloads, praying, learning this, learning that. You ultimately see that, the human with the organic soul, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, is a domesticated, enslaved being. Spiritually enslaved. People say these things are demonic, but you're supposed to be able to have telepathy and telekinesis, and supposed to be able to enter and exit your body and visit different dimensions and, have certain kind of dreams and go into the spiritual realm. Instead, you punching the clock, going to the job and shit. And that's cool. These CPUs, man, they here for that. So that's why that kind of lifestyle don't bother them. But somehow I ended up in this realm, boom, to live a mundane life. And I'm trapped in this meat body where I have to live real basic. And this shit is so whack, and it's funny because, if you on this level where I'm at with it, you see what I see. You vibrate how I vibrate. You know what I'm talking about. It's like you an alien on a planet full of humans, or you a human on a planet full of aliens, or you a triangle around some circles. You basically don't fit. You making it work for you though. And it's funny, man, the way we domesticated these CPUs, man, in this Sims game, are running mouth to you saying, oh man, you're not trying, you lazy, you giving up and stuff like that. But if you was in your proper state of being, just like a cat that's declawed, oh, you ain't scratching, man. Come on, man. Use your claws, man. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't declawed, then it'd be able to function properly, how it's designed to by the Most High. Now, we do share the same energy, but we are not all one. We share the same energy, but we not all one. Without the energy that creates the life for the organic souls, the synthetic stuff out here wouldn't be able to exist as the back or the byproduct of what's real. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, talk about that. Computer program people. These are the people, that we call, organic portals, terrors, narcissists, on and on and on. Androids, robotoids, clones, just on and on and on, man. Soulless, but they do got a soul. It's a collective soul, man. It's a group soul, like a hive mind too. But it appears that it's, separated because people have their own characters and different slots of life that they live out, different paths and shit. But if you pay attention to what the different paths these people possess, they all have something to do with putting you back into conformity. Like the conscious people, man. They ain't nothing but a computer program people too, And then they cause division amongst the people that's still religious in church, believing in Jesus and all that. Like there really ain't no difference between the two, other than language, the words being used. But neither one of them is guiding you to how you get free and up out of this realm or back to your natural state. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave off with this. If you put a Satanist, an atheist, a Christian, a Muslim, and a Buddhist all on a ship, no matter of fact, a boat, push their ass out to the goddamn ocean, and a storm came. Which one of them motherfuckers, whose beliefs is going to save any of them motherfuckers? None of them. None of their beliefs is going to save them. Especially if they domesticated and turned into human resources, man. And that's how it works. Peace.